Hey, how are you doing, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a pretty hectic week still, and it's not letting up. But that's no excuse for me giving you good quality knife videos. Here in front of you is a Russian-made knife. Now, you know me, I'd like to spread my knives all over the world and not be myopic in one brand, on one specific brand. Although a brand would have really good quality knives in its name, I would opt to be spreading it all over the world. I would like to have knives that come from all over the world, and it's a representation of knives in general. This one is a fixed blade hunter, and it comes from Poland via the brand of Varms Knives Russian knife. They're marketing it as a Russian knife, but Poland, I don't know, it's still USSR, or maybe it's a separate state. Chime in on the comments. It's a free country. But this guy comes and is hand manufactured from Poland and is Varms Knives. Does have a really good sheath to it. Nice quality leather. It has got this loop dangle loop. Now I was kind of pissed on how this knife was arrived and was given to me. In the picture, the knife would have a black stacked leather handle. Now, when it finally came to me, this is the knife that I received. It's a regular brown stacked leather handle. Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. Stacked leather handle and all. It's just I was expecting a tanned or a dyed black leather handle, as it was stated or as it was described in the pictures. But since this is the one that arrived and came to me, so this is what I have. So if ever you're gonna be buying from them, do specify that you would like to have the black dyed stacked leather handle, if you would want to have that option. I did not state it when I placed the order, but I guess that's just being lost in translation, them being Polish, Russians. But the knife handle is really good. The blade is straight, and the grind lines on this is impeccable. Very, very nice. The steel they're using is D2 tool steel, and it's no slouch. The handguard and the pommel, I think, is I'd guess it's a cocobolo type wood, but I'm sure it's local in Russia. It's a fighter hunter knife with a clip point. The way it feels in the hand that was the first thing that made everything worthwhile when I held it in my hand. It's like the palm swell, although very subtle, and the finger cuts here. It just feels so good in the hand. So good that I would say that this knife, which is almost similar, and this one came from the US. I think this was a handmade US knife, not from a brand name, but just from a local industry there. Almost the same. They look almost the same. But how the balance is distributed, this one, as you can see, it's got almost the same length of the blade, but the handle is short. So the balance of this one is a bit blade heavy. This one comes in light. I mean, it comes perfectly balanced, I would say. And the handle on this one, although there's already the finger grooves here, with the balance off and more on the, see how it differs on its thickness. This one is definitely thicker than this one, so the balance on this one is a bit blade heavy as compared to this one. This one is also D2 tool steel, it's just a bit thicker, but this one, it balances perfectly. Plus the stack leather handle, if I'm not using my gloves, it feels a bit tacky, not much, you know, you don't like that stickiness. But I'm sure with a stack leather handle, if you've used this, or if you're gonna be using it daily, it's gonna be showing somewhere, and that's where the grip of this knife comes in. But for now, the finish, the varnish on it is not that thick, and it's almost like bare leather handle, but everything's sealed and it's not showing some pores. No gaps here. Everything is flushed, and everything is tight on the leather handle, stack leather handle, especially with the mating of the wood and the leather handle. So although it came with this brown leather handle and not the black one, everything just went away. I mean, I still like the knife immediately when I held it on my hand. This being Russian, I would sure to compare it with a proper USA made blade, and that would none other than be the Tops HKT. That would be none other than the Tops HKT, the Hunter Killer Tracker. Although the HKT is a little bit smaller in its footprint, the handle is a little bit overall thinner than the Varms knives. Quality wise, I mean, this is Tops. You can't get any more better quality than a reputed brand. But this guy is also in there. You see that the leather, the stack leather, it's slanted. If this was production branded quality, this type of placement on the stack leather handle would not make it through quality control. It should be perfectly horizontal, but this one is a little bit of an angle. So those are the small things that set it apart from a well-known or branded quality knife that has strict quality control. But still, this is a usable knife. So that's it, comparing it to the Tops USA made knife. And how about comparing it to a almost similar but entirely a totally different type of knife, would be a UK made CFK Cutlery USA kukri style. See how they're almost the same in total length, but the geometry of everything is just different. You know, it's a different style of knife, and this is a different style of knife. But in the footprint, they're almost the same in length. So let's make sure how big the difference is. Varms Knives Poland is 10 inches total overall. CFK Cutlery is around 10 and a quarter. Varms Knives, from the tip to the finger guard, is 5 and a quarter, 5.25 inches. This guy is 6 inches. Handle on the Varms Knives would be at 5 inches. This one is 4.5. So those are just basic things. Around 10 and 1/8 if I measured it to the teeth. 10.18, 10 and 1/8 inches. This is exactly at 10 inches. So this guy is just a little bit shorter than this, but this is a totally different animal, and it's a kukri to start with. So how heavy is it? .4 ounces, 0.46 pounds, 2.12 grams, 0.212 kilograms, and 7.4 ounces. 7.4 ounces. It's just 2.4 ounces more on the ideal folding knife EDC carry of 5 ounces. Add the sheath, and you would have 11.1 ounces overall. Of course, you're going to be needing the sheath because you cannot carry a fixed blade knife without the sheath. So with the fixed blade knife alone, it does have a good weight to it, but when you add the sheath for the overall system, it goes up to 11.1 ounces, and that's already substantial if we're talking about knife carry. How it locks inside the sheath is really nice. I mean, the sheath is still not showing any signs of forming, but there's like a slight resistance here. It's probably with a finger guard, and then you need to push it a little bit, and it's inside the sheath, and it's not going anywhere. That's the beauty of it. I like that thing. You know, it's like hear that? And it's off. Although it's carrying a little bit of leather out with it, and it's usually here. You can see these small bits of small leather, and I need to wipe it off so that it would look nice on the camera, blow away some leather stuff, but it would stay snug fit in your sheath. I can't say anything about the sheath that's bad. I mean, it's a heavy duty sheath, even this one here, because I would say this would get a lot of wear when you're wearing it, when you're wearing this in your belt, and this is gonna be dangling a whole lot. I think this would hold off just good. So leather, bits of leather falling off when you unsheath, all these things happening with this knife, but I still like it as is. Now, before I go, I'd like to test how sharp it goes with our scientific paper cutting test, which is our white pages, and it's a really thin paper that makes knives sucky when they're not really that good of a cutter. and you try and cut this with with this paper, every knife would seem to suck because this paper is just so thin. Yep. D2 tool steel is cutting, but I can absolutely make this one better. Hey, everything is still good. So let me know if you want to see a video of me sharpening things. I do have a few new sharpeners that I need to get reviewed, and do let me know in the comments if you'd want to see that, or do suggest other things that you would want me to see in this channel, aside from the usual things that I do, which is presenting you clear videos of knives that I have. Coming up, I do have a few lined up after I've cleaned up my schedule. I do have some throwing videos that I'd like you guys to see, and especially the restoration videos that I have with the local swords and all. Plus a few more knives that I have in my collection that are already here, and a few knives that I still need to unbox. But hey, you guys know that, and I'm sure you're just staying tuned for that. Staying tuned for it. And that will be the ending of my video. Once again, thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. Do let me know in the comments and engage me. Civilize things. We don't need to be uncivil and curse out every word that we know. But once again, thanks for all the support. I hope you like this video, and I'd be sure to see you guys in the next one.